Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to our Football Manager 2018 playthrough with me, your host Luckymarine, with Mechelen. And I think my headphones are on their way out because I can only hear myself in one ear. Interesting. If you know of any good headphones, do let me know. Ones that aren't going to break in a few months. What are we doing for this game? It's a league game against STVV, and I think we go with that. Yeah, I'll do. Ross is on the bench. He's a little bit pissed off. Latest press conference. I don't handle press conferences. Our assistant manager does, because again, it's more things to just click through, and it's boring. So what are you playing? Who's up front for you? Looks like a regen. 16-year-old. He's quite good. He needs a little bit of tutoring. Promising striker, fair enough. Fairly rapid even for his age. And who are we getting, or having, who do we have to get past? We have to get past you. Alright. Okay. Yeah, boy. No, Boli. Well, nearly. Let's go for that. Let's make them aware that we could lose our spot. We have moved up to the top of the table. I don't know if we were at the top of the table last game that we played. I think we... No, it's 9. I think we drew... No, we won a game and we lost a game. And the lead up to this, I will show you after this match. Well done, Gooseman. And again, double save. Worth his weight in gold, he's Gooseman. However, he doesn't want to stay with the club. He thinks he's destined for bigger things, and to be honest, I would have to agree with him. He's he's better than this league. He can go on. I can't be too pissed off. I mean, football players only get a career of about 10 years. They've got to earn enough in that 10 years to last them pretty much the rest of their life, because they're not intelligent people, the football players. So they have to earn enough to see them out the rest of their lives. I say they're not intelligent people generally. There we go. I think I've covered my back there. Generally, they're not known for being smart people. But so yeah, I'm not gonna. We'll make him see out his contract. So we will have Gooseman until the end of this season. But then after that, we'll need to either have Valkyrie coming up and actually challenging for a proper first team spot instead of just putting him on when we're in charge of a game. Or I need to have a look at what we can bring in for relatively cheap, who's playing in a bit of a crappy league. And I think I have already identified a decent prospect. He's not Belgian though, which is a concern. It's starting to become a concern because we need X amount of Belgians in our starting team, in our match day squad. And this season this season is the first season. We're only into our second season. It's the first season where it's coming up at the bottom where no, you're not allowed this lineup because there's too many foreigners. It's a little bit xenophobic, if you ask me. No. Well done, Gooseman. That's Tomchak. To Pana. To Ritz. To Gustavo. Out wide to Angelino. That was a cracking pass. Angelino back in. Ooh, Mavidi did everything right there. Ran on to the incoming ball to generate just that little bit more power and just glanced it. Well done. Mavidi's been... uh-oh. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do it, no. Well, I was about to say that Mavidi's been a cracking signing for us, but now he's dead. So we'll put Drazik on. I still don't quite know how Drazik does what he does. I don't know how he's so brilliant for us, but he is. Still a little bit annoyed with that. I did look on the forums, the official forums, and it's apparently been dealt with. It's been brought to people's attention. I'm not the only one that, I've obviously not been the only one that's seen it, that's noticed it, that's getting a little bit pissed off by it, and they're looking to patch something. I don't know. I don't know whether they're going to offer us a way of placing a man there, or they're going to stop that AI from standing there. I hope it's the former. I hope it's you get the option to put someone on the edge of your box, because just eliminating the AI from standing there would be a little bit cheap, I think. I don't want the AI to not stand in places on the pitch where in real life they would be able to. I just want to be able to match them. I want to be able to man mark the person that's there. Angelino finds a little bit of space there, but doesn't quite find a way through. Did all the good work, didn't quite find the shot. Angelino again with a long ball in, and we're going to get caught out of the back here if we're not careful. Here it is, a 16-year-old, pulls it back, and Patrick should clear up. Been a cracking signing for us as well, Patrick. In fact, I struggled to come up with a signing that hasn't done the business. Probably Moreno, the striker that I got in, who hasn't, to be fair, hasn't been given a chance, but still, he's not been brilliant. Who else? Who else has found opportunities lacking? I don't know. I'm starting to doubt Rossi's long-term role in the squad. Even though he has the mentals, I mean, he's a great tutor. He has pretty much less than 6 months in his contract now. I think his contract runs out to the end of the season, and I might just let him go. He's been alright. He tutored Lille, and then he tutored another young striker. Got their determination up, and has been alright. Hasn't been injured all the time. Has been injured for quite a bit, but not, certainly not all the time. Hasn't had a mega uber serious injury, like out for 6 months, 8 months. I wonder what happened here. I wonder how they both injured themselves to the point where they both went off. Let's go for, yeah, keep playing the way you're going, and the result should come. But yeah, it's nearly the January transfer window, and I think we've got about 4, maybe 5 transfers coming in. I think it's the Americans that we signed when they were 16, but I don't think they're allowed to leave the American system until they're 18 or 17, or I don't know, something like that. Also had a look at the new regens. The American regens, or the American regen date, is the 27th of December. So I had a little look in the American League. I think I picked up one guy, or identified one person, one youngster that would be able to come in and had a decent amount of potential. Had a decent amount of potential. So I think we've got him coming in, or I put a bid in for him. I'll show you. What else? That was well done. Galan had all the time in the world there to pick his spot. Probably didn't have to blast it in, but was that Patrick that just fed him through? I think it was. Was it Patrick or Panna? No, it must have been Patrick. Patrick. No, Gustavo it was. Gustavo with a little back heel through. Galan onside in acres of space. Picks his spot. Blasts it in there. Good effort. Well done. Again, Galan, free transfer, has come in, and between him and Mavidi, and Drazic to an extent, but yeah, especially him and Mavidi, they've worked really, really well together. Gustavo out to Tomchak. Tomchak back in, doesn't quite clear the defence. Don't think it would have. Don't think these guys would have been able to get on the end of it. I think it was Drazic making a run to the back post. Do we make some changes? Why has my thing disappeared? Has the game been updated? Might be because it's no, it's not a cup game. It's just a normal league game. Why did that disappear? Why has that vanished? Don't know. It might have been an update. I don't know. Maybe. Ritz out wide to, I think that was meant for Tomchak. However, Galan got in the way, interfered with play, and now he's offside. Let's go with... We'll give him a few more minutes. You're offside. Come on. Yeah. Actually, no. No. Yeah, 5 minutes. And then we'll go for tactics. Let's put on... I don't want to put on Valkyrie, but I think I kind of need to. We need to give Valkyrie as much game time as we can. The more the better. Just to try and supercharge his development. Otherwise, we may be left in the lurch when Gooseman leaves at the end of the season. Good thing about Valkyrie is that he's come through our youth system, therefore he counts as yeah. So there's advantages to training him up. Busquets, let's have you on as well. Yeah, there we go. And go for that. Busquets has not trained very well in this past month, so give him some game time. I did tell him off. I don't know if it increased his work rate. 16-year-old regen. The only thing that he had really going for him was his pace, and he used it. Well, no, his acceleration. His actual pace isn't that good. He just accelerated away from, who was it, Vitas. Surprised that Vitas didn't put a sliding tackle in there. That's a little bit dramatic, Gooseman. Yes, I would. Still more than capable of pulling this out of the bag. So look at you. Yeah, your acceleration is good, but your pace isn't anything to write home about. It's just he could get up to full speed pretty quickly, and then he was just one-on-one with the keeper, wasn't he? Oh well. Finish at 15. Chances are that's going in. Angelino with the yellow card. Gooseman is looking very nervous. Because I'm going to go kick his face in when I get out into the dressing room. Tomchak is down to 60% condition, which is a little disconcerting. Although he does run up and down that side quite a lot. Yeah, we're just waiting for people to get back on side. Although I found it's been less of an issue. I don't know if there was an update, I don't know, but we get less offsides. And players seem to be a little bit better at getting back on side after set pieces. Angelino first time in, didn't need to be, probably. And he was offside anyway. Angelino down the line to Drazic. To Busquets, to Pana, to Gustav. Pana, why did you fall over? Galan, if you hadn't fallen over there, you might have been able to take advantage of picking up that ball. But no, you were rolling around on the deck, having a paddy because it didn't come to you. That's what I assume happens The ball gets cut out and they just fall on the floor in despair. Drazic picks up the ball, holds it up well, plays it off to Busquets, to Angelino, to Ritz, into Pana, Gustavo, a little bit of brains on the ball now. Long ball out to Tomczak, and it's there. It's there. I still don't know how Drazic does it. He hasn't got the stats. He just doesn't have the stats to back up his value to the team. But he's the team leader. He scores goals every time that I put him on the pitch. I reckon it's probably our tactic. It's our tactic that gets the goals. And you could put a potato. I think I've mentioned this before. You could put a potato up front, and it would score goals for us. Still, 3 points snatched from a possible. Well, no, 3 points snatched from. If we were heading for just one. Although there is 4 minutes to go, and we are being a little bit silly at the back here. We might be back to just 1 point. Well done, Busquets. Lumps it forward to Drazic, holds it up really well. He's a simple kind of player, is Drazic. I used to get mad at him for being offside all the time. But when he's in that target man support role, the ball gets lumped up to him, and he holds off the opposition really well and allows everybody to get past him and into position, and then passes it off to someone with a little bit more intelligence than him, like Gustavo. And then he runs to get in position for the ball heading into the box. So it's about doing the simple things well, and I suppose he does that. He's a very rounded striker. Doesn't do anything brilliantly, but but he's just solid. Solid and cheap, might I add. Valkyrie, you didn't need to palm that out. I'd still like to see that being a little different. Vitas with the kung fu kick. Out of danger. Valkyrie picks up the ball, and hopefully we'll waste a little bit of time. No time to be wasted. Let's get the ball upfield, I suppose. Gustavo will pick this up. Let's say it's all over. I reckon Galland would have been through on goal there. He was onside. He has the pace to get past, even with tired legs. But no, 2-1. 2-1. I mean, on stats alone. On stats alone, I would say we deserve that. Just. Had we come away from this match with a draw, I wouldn't have been too displeased, but no, the win's alright. Solid win. Managed to get Busquets some game time, and Valkyrie some game time as well. Determined personality, determination of 18. I need to bring his work rate up somehow. Just so that he works a little bit harder in training, just so that we can develop him just that little bit quicker. He's got good potential ability. Anyway, what we're going to say to the team, well done. Yeah, well done. Good. Out for 2 to 3 weeks. That is not good. And Sean Wilson is out for 5 days to 2 weeks. Got his first goal for us, actually. Did old Wilson. Angelino's been pretty good, actually. Put him in this season, and he's been really good. Yep. And he's developing well. His pace went up, which I wasn't expecting, because his pace was like where the orange, is it orange? Kind of yellowy orange, kind of? No, yeah, yellowiness is there, and then it's come out. I don't know. Yeah, his pace was a lot less than this, but that has increased, which is great for a complete wing back. schedule. This is what happened. We won emphatically against Muscron. It was essentially the Drazik show up until half-time. Again, sometimes I don't know quite how Drazik scores these goals. Now, I don't know how he generates the power on this header. I don't know how he gets the power on it and how he directs that. That's almost defies physics. I don't know. I have no idea. And to get it in that, I don't know. Anyway, does the apparently simple things well, but that was a little bit brilliant. And this one, which I don't remember this one. I mean, it has been, I think it's been 2 days since I saw it, so. Oh, well, yeah, there we go. Speculative effort from the I'm not going to redo that one because that was quite a long, yeah, let's have a look at it again. It's quite a long highlight, but I remember him taking the shot and thinking, what are you doing? And then I saw the keeper get a hand to it. I thought, oh, okay, that's gone wider, gone high. And then it just nestled in the back of the net. Well done. The Drazik show. And I fully expected, 41 minutes, 2 goals to the good. I fully expected him to get a hat-trick. So I think that's why I kept him on the field for the entire match. Then, I think, yeah, Wilson started this, as did Valkyrie, as did Soto. Both of which, Wilson got his first goal for the club. Brilliant. Head it back the way it came. It generated a lot of power into that, into the top corner. And Kyle Soto got his first goal for the club as well, I think. Might be, I don't know. But yeah, this was a case of our strikers holding up the ball, our midfield running on beyond them, and the opposition had no idea what was going on. I think it was Galan and Drazik. It came to Galan and then Drazik, they held on, and then Schufs and Soto ran past and became our attack. So Galan holds it up here, into Drazik, holds it up, Schufs runs beyond, Soto into the gap left, and they all changed position and fired it in. Well done. So yeah, another good match. Valkyrie again with 90 minutes that time. Next, Vaslan Beveren. This was a weird one. I think Vaslan Beveren are at the bottom of the league. We missed a penalty and we had someone sent off. And yeah, we just didn't take our chances. We were knocking and knocking and knocking, but we just couldn't get through. We were never really put under threat at all. I think we even ended up with the ball in the back of net. We had a disallowed goal as well in this match. And a missed penalty. It just didn't work out for us. But that is games for you. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Are you at the bottom of the league? You are at the bottom of the league. But, oh well. We've got 3 friendlies to go. These 2 were scheduled by my assistant. I've now got him to not make friendlies because these friendlies aren't that profitable. The one against Club Brugge is going to bring in about 130,000. And I will bring you back for the Belgian Cup semi-final leg 1. By that point, we should have... Where's the calendar thing? Where is the calendar thing? The thing that scrolls at the top. I don't know. I'll just show you here. In our transfers that we've got coming to the club in a day. Got Irving Juarez, I think. Juarez? I don't know. But he needs a little bit of tutoring. A little bit like Wilson. Compare him to Sean Wilson. Very similar. Wilson edges it just because he's been at the club a little longer, I think, and has had a bit of development. But again, If we can have these two trained at the club, I can see these being a long-term centre-back partnership. Looking long-term. In, I think it's 2 years, maybe 3 years. Might be 2 years with Belgium. They'll get 3 years. 3 seasons. 3 seasons. 2.5 years. I don't know. Something like that. They'll get Belgian citizenship. And they'll also have trained at the club, I think. Maybe. We also have Guelo Sichuo. I don't know, but he's only 16. Good determination. He's got driven, and he's got decent work rate. He's a fucking giant. Where is it? 200 centimeters. I'm hoping for big things for this guy. We'll just check him in our under 19s and pretty much forget about him. I'm not going to really blood him in first team games. Try and let our youth system work its magic on him, and see maybe at 17, 18, see what pops out. He should develop well. He should do. I mean, it's a bit of a punt, but 9,500, it's worth it. Next, Mechelen. Defender's left back. Yeah, I signed this guy at the same time as we tried to bring, at the same time as we did bring in Lucas and the other left back. And he seemed to be a decent prospect. He still is a decent prospect. He's got really, really good mentals, and his physicals are bang on. We may end up loaning this guy out. I'm sure some people would like him. Yeah, good determination, good personality, left-footed left back. Good. Next is a Austin Martinez. Midfield, defensive midfield, 18 years old. Definitely needs to be tutored. Yeah, we'll bring him. Dictates to get into the opposition area, dictates tempo. Yeah, we'll definitely tutor this guy up to a determination of at least 12, 13 maybe. And I think he will. Yeah, he'll stay around. He'll stay around the first team, much like Soto. No, Soto. Much like Soto. We'll keep him around the first team. Blood him every now and then, until at the very least his determination comes up and maybe his personality changes, and then we might look into loaning him out. Jimmy Miller, midfield right. Why have I got you coming into the club? This one might have been a mistake. I think this guy was about 16 when we initially spotted him, and this at 16 looks good. However, he's not brilliant. Not 18. That might have been a mistake. However, comes in on a free. We can always dump him in our under 21s, see how he develops. Maybe loan him out. Maybe just let him see out his contract, and that might be about it for him, unfortunately. Next, who else is coming in? You two. Shelton Dollar, of course. This guy looks good. Imagine a Galen. Compare with no. George Gallon. There we go. Our 29-year-old. And they're pretty much the same kind of polygon shape. And I think I have already mentioned, when looking for quick strikers, this is what I look for. Good physicals, a spike of mental, good technical and attacking, And in 17 appearances, Mr. Jorge, George? Is it George or is it? Do you have to do the Spanish version of it? I don't know. Gallon, I don't know. 17 appearances, 11 goals. His stats speak for himself. Even at an average rating that's not brilliant, he's still doing the business for us. As a foil for Mavidi, I reckon Darla's are going to do well. Only 22 years old. Angolan, he's got Pana that he can speak to if he gets a little bit homesick. Comes in for free. I reckon he's going to be worth at least 2.2 million, probably double. Excited for that. And Raul Rivera, we've been waiting for this for a while. Good determination. Again, good work rate. Teamwork is good as well. Finishing is good. His pace is good. He's very much the bare bones of a very good striker. We just need to flesh him out a little bit. He'll probably be around the first team. If we get a loan from another Belgian team, I'd like him to stay in Belgium. If we can get a loan offer from a Belgian team, we might see him depart. We'll see. Anyway, I've been Luckymarine. As always, you lot have been amazing. I'll let you have a look at the goalkeeper that I had identified. Where is he? I think I found him in a national team, the Tunisian national team. Are you here? Here we go. Moez Ben Sharifa. I found this guy. I went along the same lines of it's thinking about this in identifying talent. Is the best people of any nationality are probably going to make their way to the national team. So if I have a look through this lot here, maybe pick somebody who, let's sort you by value. Just by Tunisia. You're wanted by Udinese. You're worth what? 31 years old. You're a little bit old for us, but still, that's a decent centre back. Even at 31, that's a decent centre back. If you were desperate for a centre back and Akhmat would sell you this guy for 1.5 million, that is a decent acquisition. Let's have a look. 25-year-old attacking midfielder. No, it's a little bit. Yeah, you're all right. A little old. It's a little bit trial and error, but nope. But just clicking through them all until you find the ones that you might like. If you have a look for the teams that aren't brilliant, such as S Sahel. So this player plays at S Sahel. 31, 82,000. Defender left and centre. Again, compare that to anything that we have. Let's compare him to our best centre back, which I would say is, what's the Brazilian called? It's here somewhere. Just cover it. There we go. Luis Eduardo. Compare him to Luis Eduardo, and I would say they're almost exactly the same. And yet, Luis Eduardo is worth 3 million. I suppose a little bit is to do with his age, but if you are desperate for a centre back and you're in our position in our league, chances are a bid of 250,000, 100,000 maybe, and you'll be able to bring this guy in for a relatively cheap wage, and he will do the business for you. So if you're stuck for players, just have a look. And that's just from Tunisia. There is all of these that you can go to. Actually, South Africa is really good for a place like that. They are a little bit older. Let's have a look. You from Wit. No, you're a little bit poop. Sundowns. I've found a load of good people from Sundowns, actually. Let's have a look at what you've got. What's the best that you have? That is... no. No, too old. Too old. 22-year-old. Centre-back. Not brilliant pace, but enough. Good determination. Doesn't dive into tackles. Brings ball out of defence. That's fine because you've got good passing. He is quite good. And that's one. What about you? You come to the obscure teams and you try to snaffle them from there. Again, not bad. You'll be able to pick him up for probably 100,000 or so. Anyway, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that's where I'm going to leave you for today. I've been Luckymarine. As always, you have been amazing. Join me next time for our game against a Genk in the Belgian Cup. Us versus Ghent. STVV versus Charleroi. It's probably going to be... I don't know. We have to get past Genk first, don't we? I can imagine if we get through, then we'll be playing Charleroi, as they are towards the top of the league, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Until then, do take care.